I just want to talk about a few things. Tottenham's transfer window has been absolutely abysmal. We have been little broed by Arsenal for Eberechi Eze. We've been rejected by Brian Mbeumo, who then joined Manchester United. Semenyo rejected us to sign the new contract at Bournemouth Football Club. AFC Bournemouth. Hincapie on the verge of signing for Arsenal. We've got a manager who everyone's on side with, who knows the job at hand, knows the task at hand, has come in, we've put in 2 very good defensive performances, we've scored 5 goals, we've conceded none, we've beaten Burnley, we've beaten Man City. Every fan is very, very, very optimistic about this season. And the one time Daniel Levy has the opportunity to put everything together, the fans singing from the same hymn sheet, the players on board, the manager understands the task. And we have had an absolutely shit window. We've signed Mohamed Kudus, who is a very, very good player. We've got João Paulinho on loan with an obligation or an option to buy. I can't remember which one it was. And we've signed a young Japanese centre-back. Sky Sports will tell you that we've agreed Danso, that was agreed in January. And Sky Sports will also tell you that we permanently signed Matthias Tell. That was also agreed in January. So on paper, it looks like we've done 100 million. We haven't. We spent about 70 million pounds. The same window that Arsenal are on the verge of breaking 300 million pounds for Mosquera, for Norgard, for Hincapie, for Gyökeres, for Eberechi Eze, for Noni Madueke. Man United have done 200 million on Cunha, Sesko, and Brian Mbeumo. Man City have done Shirky, Reinders, Ain't Nori. Liverpool have done Florian Wirtz. They've done Hugo Ekitike, who's got 3 goals in a Liverpool shirt already. 2 in the Premier League, 1 in the Community Shield. They've also brought in Frimpong and Florian Wirtz. We're sitting here. It's honestly a fucking disgrace. We've just won a Europa League. We just won our first piece of silverware, right, in 17 years. Our first European trophy since the mid-80s. We're in the Champions League. We're supposed to be competing with the big boys. And the only marquee signing we brought in is Mohamed Kudus. You know, we had the whole Morgan Gibbs-White saga, or we got a here we go, and it never happened. And it's just like, I'm tired. I'm hurting. I've got to watch Eberechi Eze, one of my favourite players in the Premier League, play for that lot. And he's going to cook. He is going to cook. Trust me on that. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. We're closing in on 76k. I think we're about 300 away. I think we're 200 away from 76k. So let me know your thoughts. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know what to say. It's unacceptable. We've been, led down this path. We've moved into this new stadium. Daniel Levy from no one would have ever thought would have been in a Champions League and a Europa League final in the last 6 years. We had an unbelievably poor season last year, other than the Europa League. We ended on a high. We lost more than 20 Premier League games. We were getting battered on a weekly basis, like Bonnie Blue, like Lily Phillips, opened up at the back door, prime Riley Reid, and just rammed repeatedly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 plus defeats. This transfer window was the opportunity for Daniel Levy to come out there and make a statement. And we started really well. In the space of 24 hours, we got 2 here we goes from Mohamed Kudus and Morgan Gibbs-White. We then put all our eggs in one basket for Eberechi Eze and got rejected. As soon as he found out Arsenal were back in the mix, he has done everything he can to get that move. He agreed terms. He signed for Arsenal. He got the number 10 shirt. We've lost James Maddison to an ACL injury during pre-season. He's not going to be back until March, April time. We haven't got Dejan Kulusevski fit until mid-September. I'm sorry. This is categorically unacceptable. It's poor. It's so poor. You look at Nottingham Forest out there spending more money than us. You look at West Ham out there signing players. We've signed a marquee signing from West Ham. And now we're looking at their flipping trying to go out there and sign Lucas Paqueta. It's honestly, it's at what point do we turn around and say, like, this is unacceptable? The manager needs backing. The manager needs the best tools available to do the job. And we've given him absolutely nothing. What have we given him? What? What have we given? We've given him fuck all. What have we given Thomas Frank? You know, I see today that, you know, flipping Paqueta's being linked. Really? Is he really going to join us? Bissouma's on the verge of joining Galatasaray. Alistair Gold come out and say Pierre Hincapie does not appear to be a potential transfer for Tottenham. He's going to join Arsenal. And it's like, how many times can you be little bro? How many times can you be a bitch before we actually, like, fans unite? Because I'm sorry, this transfer window, we got Bournemouth at the weekend, where a player on their side, a lot of their players I'd take. I'd take Tavernier. I'd take Evan Nilsson. I'd take Semenyo. You know, I would have taken Zabarini, Kirkes, Dean Huijsen. Like, for me, this weekend, we got Bournemouth coming up. I'll be honest with you guys, I think we beat Bournemouth. Then we get into the international break. The transfer window closed on the 1st September. We have got 4 days to save our season. 4 days to save our season. And we're out here with our dick in our hand, playing with our, you know, twiddling our thumbs. It's absolutely embarrassing. You know, we're just getting, we're getting slapped in this transfer window. How are Newcastle United, you know, bidding 55 million for Strand Larson, bidding 40 million for Wisa, signing Jacob Ramsey, somehow still holding on to Alexander Isak? And what are we doing? We signed a Japanese defender that no one really knew anything about, who probably isn't going to get anywhere near the first team. We signed Tell from January with an option to buy, so we triggered that option. We signed Paulinho and Mohamed Kudus are 2 very, very, very good bits of business. And we should all be very, very happy about that. But it isn't enough. Categorically, it isn't enough. We can't sit here on the 27th of August with one marquee signing. And then you look at what Liverpool have done with 100 million on Wirtz, Ekatike. You look at what Arsenal have done with 50 million on Noni Madueke, 60 million on Eze. They're about to drop another 50 million on Hincapie. And we're out here doing what? What are we out here doing? What have we done this transfer window for us fans to get really behind this project? Thomas Frank has got, like, no chance of making the top 4 this season with this squad. It doesn't matter how good of a manager he is, you need more quality in that attacking midfield area. We're playing Sarr in the 10 because we haven't got Kulu and we haven't got Maddison. We tried to get Eze and he rejected us. Like, there has to be a turning point for fans to look at this regime, look at this ownership and go, do you know what? Something's got to give. Something has to give. As much as I take Paqueta, put Paqueta in a 10, but there's no way West Ham in the same transfer window are going to sell Mohamed Kudus and Lucas Paqueta to their arch rival. There is absolutely no way that happens. I'll tell you for free right now. It won't happen. And now we're apparently looking at Xavi Simons. When the entire transfer window has pretty much begged to join Chelsea. Anton Semenyo has also been mentioned in the last 24 hours. He's just signed a 5-year contract extension or whatever it is. 5 years left on his deal. Morgan Rogers. We're not going to pay £80 million for Morgan Rogers. This is Tottenham. This isn't Barcelona or Real Madrid. So we're in a position now. Do we overpay massively for homegrown players? Or do we go out there and sign a youngster? Nico Paz, 70 million. Wants to play for Real Madrid. He will not be joining Tottenham. And it's like, window after window after window, we all get gassed up. We all get our hopes up. We're all sitting there going, do you know what? Something's going to be different this year. Like, it's the first time since Pochettino, I am very, very, very optimistic about this manager. I am very, very optimistic. I think we've got all the credentials from this manager in terms of defensively sound, can play on the counter-attack, which is what we are very good at, because the pace of Kudus, the pace of Johnson, the threat of Richarlison. But the manager needs more than this. We can't be going into a season where we're going to have to play 2 or 3 games a week sometimes because of the Champions League. At this rate, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even know if we're going to qualify for the next round of the Champions League. I just don't see it. I really, really don't see it. Not with this squad. If you go out there and add Savinho, which apparently still hasn't been agreed, if you would have added Eze, I'd have been sitting there going, do you know what? Yeah, I back us. But at this moment in time, with 4 days left of the transfer window, I don't see it. I don't see it. Let me know your thoughts down below.